The Anachronauts. They travel through time by downloading history to their brains and archive the past in order to save the future. With their trusty brain download computer, the Epoch Traverser, they randomly visit the past year after year. Join them as they embark on their next adventure. Prepare yourself for Anachronology.
So let's get into it, folks. Let's just dive right in. Category number 1, 1997. We have been given advertising. We're going to talk commercials. We're going to talk about some of the more kind of memorable, popular ads that came out on that big box called the TV in 1997. We're going to start it off with obviously the biggest ad of 1997, the Think Different campaign given to us by the magical Steve Jobs, who came back to Apple at that time and absolutely whipped his big old fucking creative dick out and just cleaned house and started his march toward greatness.
Dude, I know how they came up with the slogan for this. When he was in whatever meeting, they said, "Hey, we have this idea, Steve." He just like took out a baton and just fucking smashed something. He's like, "Think different. What do you got?" Well, Steve, I got this. Just fucking smash it out of their hand. Yeah. Think different.
I'm sure there's probably some there's fairly some abusive behind the scenes here with the legend of Steve Jobs. But let's take a peek at what this was. Obviously an announcement for a new era of Apple. Let's take a look. Think different. Ooh, thank you for that sweet sound effect.
Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits. The rebels.
Richard Dreyfuss.
The troublemakers. The round pegs in the square holes.
I'm Richard Dreyfuss.
The ones
I was in Jaws.
things differently. They're not fond of
a bunch of these people were assassinated.
They have no respect for the status quo.
A lot of dead people.
Them, disagree with them.
Edison.
Glorify or vilify them.
Ted Turner.
You can't do
Ted
ignore them.
Gandhi. All right, that tracks.
Sleeping with his granddaughter.
The human race.
Amelia Earhart, let down by her country.
And while some may see them as
was terrible for women,
we see genius.
He does not wrong. Jim did not wrong.
To think they can change
Picasso, to also a woman fucking misogynist,
are the ones who do.
Wow, I mean, very long in the tooth, really taking itself seriously. I haven't seen this in a long time. I mean, yeah, it's just like, it's a fucking clip show. And I mean, you think about the ad company that made it, the campaign itself. I mean, it's basically like lots of the copy being read by the legendary Richard Dreyfuss. But I gotta say, it's like, yeah, dude, I mean, it's just stock footage. They just bought all this fucking B-rolls footage of famous people, influential creative people, and with some fucking big message in there.
Mr. Holland's iMac. They did the old one of the oldest like tricks in showmanship. It's like tell, don't show. They did everything but show the product. Like you said, just clip show, sweet drawl of Dreyfuss there, and then just a little tagline of Think Different. What is that for? I don't know, but I saw the commercial and I need to fork over money.
Fuck yeah. Steve Jobs fist pumping the whole way.
I told you I was right.
All right, let's stay on the train with these popular ads of 97. Moving on, I want to take a look at if it ever loads. This is the classic Coke versus Pepsi commercial that was called Diner. This was a fairly famous commercial that aired at the time, and obviously it's the age-old rivalry, the kind of like the versus mentality of, are you a Pepsi guy? Are you a Coke guy? It begged to ask that question with this kind of lovable scenario of a Pepsi driver and a Coke driver just meeting up, I guess, on a holiday.
And does it? I don't want to like shoot my shot here, but doesn't the Pepsi guy like catch the Coca-Cola guy drinking a Pepsi?
Let's check it out. I totally forgot. Shitty low quality. Let's see what we can get out of it.
Thanks, Dylan. It's cold. Woo.
Or he ordered one of them.
What can I get you? Blueberry pie and Pepsi.
Oh, they're making eye contact. Look at that old Pepsi man.
Good song. Great song.
Does your wife know you're here?
I was gonna say, but what he doesn't know is he's already slashed all the tires on this guy's 18-wheeler.
Got a sex dungeon in the back of his cab.
Tired of the kids.
Okay, so homeboy, I can't really see his face, but guy that's playing, like, I think the Pepsi driver, I can always remember him as he plays Babe Ruth in The Sandlot.
Yes, yeah, that's
And
correct.
he's really good. He's a good
Oh, yeah.
Babe Ruth. He's a solid Babe Ruth. And
He's
got
been in a
Babe
bunch
Ruth.
of shit too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great character actor of that time. A great choice. Oh, and then all of a sudden, Anton Chigurh from come in and just kills both of them.
Just put the cattle bolt right to the skull.
Never try the competitor. He just throws up profusively after thinking of that. Yeah, get it. I love that look. Oh, yeah? Oh, shit.
Nice. That was a fight at the end. Awesome.
There we go. It gets violent in the end. So, like, you weren't wrong. It was like kind of that tongue-in-cheek funny thing. Oh, he doesn't give it back. Solid, pretty damn funny.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, Pepsi for me preferring Coca-Cola if I am going to drink a cola. Not bad. Not bad.
I kind of agree. I do dig a Coke, man. Like a solid Coke. I think from nostalgia purposes, I always like my grandpa loved the Pepsi. Then he had the sugars, and then he went to the caffeine free and diet, and it was like all like the variations of Pepsi. But yeah, that's the only kind of attachment I have. But man, I'll stay tried and true Coke all the time.
Of the glass bottle Mexican Coke made with the cane sugar.
So
that's
good.
a treat. That's a treat.
It is a treat. We would be remiss to not mention, let alone mid 90s or 97, if we didn't mention the goddamn Budweiser frogs. This shit just like blew the fuck up. Really stupid gimmick, honestly. You talk about just a bunch of like snarky laughing ad men. It was basically you got 3 frogs and they're all croaking Bud, Wise, and and this just became the most fucking like talked about parodied shit. Numerous commercials, Super Bowl spots.
I was gonna say, like, I definitely remember like the Super Bowl spot for sure. At least them being on the Super Bowl. But then it was like once this got like people liked it, there was like 5 years of frog ads.
Frogs, and
until
then
they got the "What's Up" guys. So they got the "What's Up" guys.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like the "What's Up" was the next level. They were like, dude, we've beaten the frogs dead. At one point, they had like iguanas that didn't like the frogs. You're like, guys, it's over.
Yeah.
Stop with the frogs. Well, let's take a peek at their snarkiness. Oh yeah, the Budweiser fucking like crazy jet.
Simple.
Oh fuck!
I don't remember this one.
Oh man, that would just incinerate the rest of those frogs.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
That's more involved than I remember. That's more involved than I remember.
Pretty fucking wild. And then this was a compilation of a bunch of them.
Yeah, look at 12 minutes. 12 minutes of these.
12 minutes of Budweiser frog. Anyway, you get the fucking picture here. Oh my God, there's a bunch of frogs riding an alligator, crocodile that stole our beer.
What else can we do with the frogs?
Okay, get it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Also, go over to the YouTube channel. We put all these videos on our playlists. So if we don't watch everything on here, have a blast.
Yeah, YouTube/Anachronology.
YouTube.com/Anachronology. And also, I would tell you, if you think we've missed something, feel free. These are public playlists. Add them to the playlist.
Go right ahead.
You can do it, folks. Just add.
Comment while you're there. Do a little subscribe if you haven't.
Absolutely. Subscribe, like all the videos. We love all that. Moving on. I remember this commercial because of the song. And you talk about like, you remember, that was been a big thing, I think, in the 90s, especially was grabbing like up and rising kind of popular tracks and just pairing them to a commercial. And it was very successful because it's all synonymous with the brand. You start thinking it, humming it, singing it, whatever. And I just remember this stupid fucking song, and I always remember.
Oh, I know it. Oh, I know the band. I know the name of the band.
Wow. it is. Easy as that. Wow.
Bonus points. Do you remember the name of the band? Dude, I know because I bought like the cassette, like the single. That's how much of a dummy I was.
Well,
the name of the band was Trio. Trio.
Shout out to Trio.
Yeah, I remember it was like a white album cover, and it had like just like stick figure faces on it. But yeah, that was like a dumb me like buying this with hard earned like lawn mowing money back in '97. What a dummy fucking buying this.
Yeah,
cassette.
but I mean the machine worked. I mean that's how it was back then. You just go to your goddamn Sam Goody, Babbage's. You'd be like, bitch, I need that CD.
I believe it was the goodie buy. I believe that was a goodie buy.
The goodie buy, but as easy as that, and like that was like the mold, like some fucking single that was an earworm popping on the fucking commercial.
Man, I know I threw that away. Now I'm thinking, I was like, I wonder what that cassette would be worth on eBay.
Like several $1,000s. Oh my god,
the only one who bought it.
Insanity.
The only dummy that bought it.
And obviously, I mean, every kind of age of advertisement takes chances, gets artsy and weird. This is a rather weird spot. This is called Mermaids, a Levi's spot. It's very strange, weird, kind of has sexual undertones to it. But a little bit of an interesting Easter egg. Didn't realize this is actually, which tracks. It's directed by Michel Gondry. So when you watch it, you're like, oh, I get the Gondryness in this. So I'm like, yeah, no wonder they called his ass. So this is Mermaids by Levi. I mean, listen, obviously most sailors are just in jeans and are shirtless. That is that's actually the uniform of most.
Goes without saying.
Seamen. Yeah, let's just swear that away. Oh, then he's knocked into the water. But he's sexy and mermaids are perverts. So here we go. I mean, this ain't a bad scenario. Oh yeah, I'd be into it. And they're honestly kind of okay. Let's step back from this. This doesn't age very well. They're taking advantage of this, like probably knocked unconscious sailor, who they're just swimming up to and making out with against his will.
He's getting mermaid tooed.
This is aquatic rape, okay? I mean, honestly, if I woke up and I was being mouth kissed by a sexy mermaid, wow, serious mouth kissing too. Wow, going for it, huh? Yeah, loving the jeans. Wow,
this is
wow. I mean, this aired on television, so different time.
Michel, en français. Michel, things go a little different in France.
They do. There you go. Oh. He'll live to tell the tale. No one will believe you that happened, that you were raped by a bunch of mermaids and you liked it.
Take me back to the depths.
Okay, 97 more commercials. This one, fucking iconic. The birth of a legend. The birth of the Yo Quiero Taco Bell Chihuahua.
Everywhere. More, even I would say even more
everywhere.
Like even more bigger than the frogs. I'd wager.
So bigger than the frogs. And you got to think like from like an ad world standpoint. They were like, hey guys, people love frogs. They're into the frogs. What other small creature can we attach to this? Maybe and it was all about them talking. They got to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Talking creatures. Swish. Let's make a sassy little fucking chihuahua. It's a little bit of a stereotype, but cute. We all loved it. And this motherfucker, you talk about the fucking amount of ads the frogs had. This motherfucker, I think, stretched the passage of time, because I remember the Chihuahua being around for a bit. I mean, I remember Chihuahua being post 9/11. We needed Chihuahua. We needed him to get through that, and they kept him around.
Yo quiero Bush and Cheney. Yo quiero retribution.
That's right, man. Oh yeah, baby. A little up here. And I mean, what a swish with the Chihuahua too. Like Chihuahuas are just little ratty dogs, but they're so fucking cute. I mean, you can't not. There it goes.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Oh shit! And it's
nobody saw that
in
coming.
Spanish. Yeah,
nobody saw that coming.
Nobody saw it coming and couldn't get enough of it.
Wasn't like that, like he might have changed up that phrase, but like once they like bravo the boys in the back room that like settled on I want your
Destroyed
kiddo
it.
Taco Bell, because if it ain't broke,
Destroyed it.
don't fix it. Like you said, but 97 to at least post 9/11, they were rocking Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah, they were, and just having a field day with the fucking
And
Chihuahua.
it's little, and it's and like the early advent of like CGI where it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
mouth
so
like
bad.
shittily, it's mouth shittily saying it. It's like, oh no, it's good. It looks really good.
Yeah,
It looks like
so fucking
shit.
classic. A true G, born in 97, an ad fucking giant. Moving on, I do remember this, thanks to our research and AI producer pulling this up. But do you remember the bunny people from Intel? I did not until I watched this again, and it's fucking weird.
The bunny people from Intel. Jog my memory, AI.
The bunny people. It doesn't make sense to me why they call them that. This was this series.
Oh,
Remember this?
vaguely. Yeah, somebody went to a Daft Punk concert.
Yeah, you're right. This is kind of getting into like the retro house kind of disco thing that was resurging at that period of time. It's so funny that this is totally, I mean, you can tell, obviously, this is pre 9/11, because I don't know if this kind of shit would fly. A lot of anthrax going around, a lot of these suits probably deployed at that time. And I don't feel like they were dancing to Shake Your Groove thing as they were checking envelopes for fucking warfare.
Yeah, 100%. Somebody went to either vacation to France or maybe like Montreal or maybe somewhere, and they saw Daft Punk, and then their job was to come up with advertising for companies that hire them, and they said, hey, you want to know what? I have an idea. What if we just have a drug fueled dance contest in the middle of Times Square with a bunch of people dressed for chemical warfare?
Yeah, they're all wearing like hazmat suits, but they're all sparkly in different colors, so it's fun.
And we'll throw in some Studio 54 like cocaine beats, and then there you go. You're selling computers, easy peasy. Like who needs talking frogs? Who needs a talking dog? I will give you the fear of dancing too hard.
Yeah, that's just it. Buy that Intel processor, buy it. That Pentium 2, baby. So yeah, that was I totally forgot about that, and I mean that's one you'd see all the time. Then of course there was another fairly brilliant ad campaign that came out in 97 that lasted talk about another long laster. These commercials, I just remember seeing them. You think about just all the variations they could do on it, but the MasterCard priceless spots, I mean, you talk about another the priceless campaign launched in 97, and obviously featuring various scenarios highlighting that some things money can't buy. And that was their beauty. And they just went and they drove that fucking thing
Pretty
home.
good slogan. Pretty good.
Really good, dude.
Pretty good.
That's a little bit of a, a Don Draper smoking in the fucking break room, pitching that to everybody moment. Let's take a peek. Here's just a few different ones. Different feels.
Here in the world's most advanced.
No, that's not it. That's just more bunny men and crazy suits. So we just can't get enough. Here we go. And again, they would just have, it would be like, it was a lot of just like B-roll of what's happening, the person talking, and then it would just show the prices of these incredible moments. $28 tickets. Those tickets are $70 now.
2 hot dogs, 2 popcorns, and 2 sodas. $18.
They need to redo priceless with all the inflation and how like awful the economy and how expensive everything is. Just that would be real priceless.
$1 autographed baseball, $45. Real conversation with 11-year-old son.
Me and your mom are getting a divorce.
I was gonna say taking your son on the weekend that it's not yours to visit. Like
turning your son against your cunt ex-wife.
Priceless. There are some things money can't buy.
Yeah,
for everything else, there's MasterCard.
For everything else, there's MasterCard. What
I will
bow on that shit.
Yeah, tip in the hat. Pretty good.
Let's check another scenario here. Here we go.
Yeah, that is Don Draper-esque.
2 season tickets to the opera, $950.
Damn.
God damn.
Velvet wrap, $170. Opera glasses, $82.
Damn.
9 guaranteed dates with your husband, priceless.
Notice they didn't do it through the man's like view, because
Oh
at
yeah.
some point it would have been like, finally getting some pussy, priceless. Like,
Yeah, but no,
you're
no,
talking that money to take your wife on a date, bro.
No.
I just clocked over a few $1,000s for this shit.
Oh yeah, he definitely
Damn.
wouldn't be priceless. For the man's point of view, it would be like, "Fuck, I paid for parking, I had to pay for gas, I had to pay for tolls in the fucking city. I'm gonna be on the hook for dinner after this." It's like there is nothing. Everything is bottom lined out for the
Yeah,
guy's
that's
point
it.
of view.
It's like finally getting a piece of ass.
You asked me for money to do your hair. I bought that jewelry.
You didn't even use those fucking opera glasses that cost $900. So that's a I don't know. That one didn't age very well. There's this one. I remember this one. This one was
your first amp, $200. Your first strap, $30. Your first guitar, $450.
damn.
Running from the police.
What if I
stealing
try?
merchandise.
Rock and roll,
All right.
priceless.
All right. That was a good. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well
but
done.
Again,
Well
again, you would have been arrested and had to pay for all that. So I don't know
Hey,
how
what the
priceless
fuck,
that
kid?
event would have been. Yeah. So you get the point. I mean, they were really trying to make that happen.
It'd be better if the
Interesting
dad was just
choice.
loaded, throwing money at the clerk. Like, shut the fuck up. Let my son do whatever he wants. Having enough money to destroy property and tell its clerk to shut the fuck up while throwing $100 bills. Priceless.
Flexing your power, priceless.
Saying you own the police. Priceless.
So there you go. That's kind of our,
yeah.
like we said, our most probably popular ads of 97. Let's round off some of the advertising category with what I like to call late night buys. Kind of a little tiny category segment we'll pepper in here. So we're going to talk about exactly as it sounds. You know, it's in the 90s. You're up late. What's on TV? I was a night owl. I always, you would get to a point, kids. Before there was YouTube, before there was other things, there was just cable, and cable, you were at its mercy. It only gave you maybe, I don't know, 100 different channels of variety. But the reality is you'd get to a certain time at night and they would just basically stop playing the good shit and just playing all the shit that made them money. Like the droning fucking infomercials and ads that would just play all through the night until the morning shows or the new program would pick up the day after. It was just kind of like the no man's land of TV.
Oh
from
man,
like,
were they making like I Love the 90s yet? You know, the CDs, like those were always in heavy rotation, but I don't know if those came out until the 2000s. There's definitely like any type of
see what we got. AI producer
before Billy Mays. If anyone knows Billy Mays, I don't think Billy Mays was around in the 90s selling Hawk. Ron Popeil was a big one.
or Monster Ballad.
Monster. There we go.
They taught us how to love.
Oh yeah, you knew it was 4 in the morning when this played. Oh yeah.
Your cool aunt got a finger bang to these songs.
And now they're back.
Help these bands continue their fucking sobriety by buying TV.
Can you name any of the bands that are not on cocaine during the filming of these?
Oh, yeah.
No, you can't. They're all
This
on
obviously
cocaine.
dates the threshold of where we are in time when they're gonna still offer the 2 cassette for $21.99 for you old fuckers out there that still have cassette players. Don't worry. Over 2.5 hours of music, which probably is like, I don't know, a dozen tracks of this hit mix.
35 powerful hits
I'm
on
getting
2 CDs and 2 cassettes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, White
Rush
Snake. Okay.
Delivery available.
How
There's all the
much?
credit cards. Yeah, that's always the they always save that for
White
last.
Snake.
And then we gotta
Mr. Big from Boston. Winger.
Winger.
Nelson.
Winger.
Kicks.
In another life, I just do VO for all these kinds of like commercials. I'm just sitting there.
And in another life, I'm a roadie for Kicks. Yeah, you know, I set up the amps when they do on Don't Close Your Eyes. You know, it's not a big deal.
Dude, one day they're going to be on a greatest hit CD. Just you watch.
Just you watch.
All right, let's do Ultimate Dance Party commercial. Here's a different flavor God, bro.
Yeah, so this, okay, these were like,
Where do you go?
Yeah.
When you want today's hottest dance hits on one unbelievable album. You go for the ultimate.
Oh yeah.
Dance Party 1997.
You got to stop. It's too much. Ultimate Dance. Wow.
All right. So I feel like
out the gate.
Okay, so all is like synapsing in my brain right now is girl talk, girl talk mashup, girl talk.
Yes.
Like I don't know if LaBouche Be My Brother, Be My Lover is in some girl talk, but girl talk. Like if you have used a snippet of that, I apologize, but that is rife for a little dropping into a track. I mean,
I would put that out as a footnote to anyone. I feel like if you can mix a little LaBouche into anything.
What was the first guys? Who were the first guys? What was that? No Mercy. Who were I know I've heard that song, but who are those guys?
Yeah. Where do you go? There's Macarena. That's a class. Yeah, this guy with the big
what is their name?
Where do you
No
go?
Mercy.
No Mercy. Yeah, No Mercy. They're showing No Mercy.
They're on a park bench. Like,
Hits on one unbelievable album.
He's not even playing the guitar. This is amazing. Let's move forward.
Over 70 minutes of non-stop electricity.
Dang it.
Ultimate Dance Party 1997 is available exclusively through this.
Children, Robert Miles. That was
man.
Smoke weed and watch a Winamp fucking playlist and check out their visualizer with Robert Miles.
I didn't have both cassettes or both CDs for $21.99 or $26.99.
Again, just really going for it. Everything but the girl. So what?
Okay, that was their one hit.
Oh my
Mod City
God,
DJs, Real McCoy. Oh, Real McCoy. Oh, okay, fuck yeah.
Oh, 17, not just hits, but smash hits.
So that's a one CD. CD. That's not a double.
Oh, here it is. There we go. Ultimate Dance Party 97. I mean, that's not bad. That's solid. Under $20. You're paying about $20 to get all that. That's a fairly nice offering.
Well, I know what I'm going to do for my birthday that's coming up. I'm going to call this 1-800 number and just fucking order everything that they have left for $17.98.
Okay, so we're on the flow here of these the late night infomercials. This one, this one, know this.
Of course.
Imagine a world where time
Enya, hit me with his Enya.
A world where music carries you away.
Or Enigma. I'm sorry, Enigma. Also, Enya's Honest.
Enya's Honest. Pure Moods. Yeah. This was it. This was like you fall asleep on the couch and the TV was still on. You're waking up to Pure Moods.
Soundtrack for your
Just like
way of life.
And I would love to know, like, statistically, like what kind of numbers you putting up here, Pure Moods? Are you making a shit ton of, like, did people really, like, were they solvent after this?
Yeah, well, also
Pure Moods, even just like, let's see here. Now, see, this is sketchy. It even says send the $15.99 for the cassette or $17.99 for the CD. Like, you literally just like send it. You're like, I guess probably a little slip or some kind of fucking charge.
Well, I mean, yeah, right. It says send. So did you? But it also has like credit cards up there, right? Yeah. So the 1-800 number, I'm assuming they take your credit card, but if you don't have a credit card, you just write to 5050 List Drive in Colorado Springs, Colorado with a check or a money order and hope and pray that in 3 to 4 weeks you'll get it.
The creeps going to collect from this PO box.
Yeah, and if you do set up by mail, right? Like how could like some money back guarantee? Like how would they guarantee that? They could just say like, "What are you talking about? You never sent us anything."
Wait. And let's end it off with this fucking banger. Another one you woke up to at 4 a.m.
Yeah, girl. The world's greatest love songs.
Chills.
By the greatest voices of our time.
From Quebec has to offer.
By the greatest voices of our time.
The greatest. Oh yeah, little Roddy. Oh, Michael Bolton. Yeah, not Roddy. Michael Bolton.
I mean, I get emotional when I hear Michael Bolton.
In a once-in-a-lifetime.
Look at that chick. She's run the fingers through that fucking hair, dude.
You're hurting me, Michael.
Whoa, what fucking haircut is that? Linda Ronstadt. Go for it.
Time Life Music presents
the ultimate love songs collection.
Get the
Luther
fuck out of here,
Vandross.
Luther Vandross. I mean, yeah, so 36 beautiful songs. I want to say Time Life was a player in the game. They put out, they were always like love songs, the 60s, the 70s. Like they just,
big band.
that's it. Like before, I mean, this was it. This was kind of the way you got the all the greatest hit CDs. You'd either go out to a store or you'd buy them on some shit like this, because this was it. This was way before any internet, Napster, anything.
That was always the line too. It'd be like, you would have to spend over $250 to accumulate all 17 of these songs. They would always go, I would spend over $250. I need to buy this. I like all these.
Oh, I love this so much. Let's look at some other weird commercials that played in the evening time. This was fucking weird. This is the amazing elastic.
It's balloon magic. It's amazing elastic plastic. Ordinary balloons go pop,
It
but
causes
elastic plastic
cancer.
balloons do not. Just roll, stick, and blow for fun balloons filled with air. Even a big balloon.
Oh, this is discontinued. There is
This
no
is
way.
definitely discontinued. There's a class action lawsuit going on. All the kids in these ads have cancer. But this was it too. It was like whatever the cheapest ad spots always had to be overnight, and it was like bad products and infomercials were just like, gimme. This is the perfect example of something absolute shit show.
There, you get 3 different colors and 3 special glow wands. Now at leading retailers.
Yeah, someone was over.
bleeding.
Yeah, someone was over in China at some factory and they just saw like workers fucking around with it, and they were like, "Oh, awesome! I'll make money off this." Little did he know that
after some horrific accident, they're like, "Wait a
extremely
minute."
toxic.
That's really awful. These were pretty baller, though.
I remember this. I definitely remember this commercial. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Really show. Just snap on Better Black Glow.
What does it say? Lego is a registered trade. Oh, because they talk shit about
Yeah.
Lego in here.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, "Yo, Lego's coming for us." So
You can't use
We're ready.
can't use Lego.
yeah, I mean that looks really cool. I mean, as a kid, you're into it. I mean, this is one of those things you like for a few days, and then it just it just lives in a box somewhere. So yeah, you're buying cheap shit at night.
I can't remember where I heard this. I don't know if it's a famous quote or not, but it's something like the paraphrase. It's something like enthusiasm is far often outweighs practicality. And like that's what like these are like all of this, like, check this out, it glows in the dark, you can make a little roll up
It's all just like plastic.
Yeah, it's just garbage. Like
It's
I guarantee, like if you own these and you turned off the light, like they probably wouldn't even glow in the dark. You know what I mean? It would just
I know. They lose whatever property that lets them grow in the dark glow in the dark.
Yeah, these pieces on the commercial are irradiated as fuck. Like there is no way in hell that these are like really worked out.
And then you saw like weird shit like this on late at night. I remember this annoying commercial. Oh, I hated it, and I wanted to punch this chick.
I'm working for an hourly wage. I went to high school, didn't do great. Still, I gotta make more cash. More education is what I'm looking at.
I'm an OnlyFans waitress.
I'm
I'm waiting tables. Yeah, it was like I just remember this was kind of. I mean, probably all I remember about this commercial was when I had first moved to Florida in the early 2000s. It was on all the time at night, like to the point of I felt like they were playing a fucking mind control game on me. I was like, do they know I need money? Do they know I'm going to college?
They know.
Education connection.
That's who's awake right now on TV.
That's it. Yeah, you're right. That is who's awake. So they knew who they were playing to.
So now I've got to see which college is right for me. I went on the internet and
There's no rhythm.
It has no rhythm at all. It's so bad. This woman was desperate for this job too. They were like, "Cool, can you lip sync? All right, let's go."
Good enough.
Good
You
enough.
lip sync good enough. Yeah, whatever.
And then listen, we can't deny when you're up really late at night, there's always going to be some dirty 900 numbers that you can call.
Oh, the best.
Let's not play like you didn't watch those commercials and think about calling.
Listen, $2.99 for the first minute, $10.99 every additional.
Here's a
Secret confessions. Call now. Nobody else is supposed to know.
$5 for the first minute, $1. Is that correct? $5?
$5 for the first minute,
Wow.
$1 each additional.
It really gets you for that first minute. I don't think most men can climax in a minute. So
No, I think you're right. I think that's what they were banking on was those guys. Oh,
oh God! Oh,
I'm talking to
God.
a woman.
Medallion marketing. Okay, and here she is. And I love how this the clip was USA Network late night. That I totally remember growing up. The USA Networks, they would reach a period at night where they would show just kind of like, you know, like fucking cheesy B movie horror with like censored titties and Elvira and what's her name? Julie Newmar would host that like up all night show. And this was the exact kind of shit that would play on commercial break.
Always interesting. Secret confessions. All of
I killed somebody.
America is talking about secret confessions.
I'm only going to tell you where the bodies are. Can I do it in a minute? Because I don't want to pay more than $5. You have a pen and paper.
I'm only gonna tell you where the bodies are.
Call $5.
What's your name, Sarah? I love you.
For adults only.
No one's gonna catch me.
Sometimes you just need to get something off your chest. So call
something off your chest, and it's always just like obviously like the fucking different dissolve fade-ins, the sexy sax. It was definitely a playbook on these 900 numbers.
Yeah, that like dude, I bet though for like when this was a viable service, that must have been a pretty cherry job. Dude, that must have been a pretty cherry job where you just had to like not even be hot. You literally could just be on the phone and be like, yeah, is that what you want to do? Yeah, I mean, come on, yeah. There's no way in hell you're talking to this broad.
To her.
Yeah, you're not talking to her.
Perfect.
I love that it's quoting, claiming to be 24 hours. Imagine getting like the 7 a.m. morning shift fucking call girl.
Like,
hey, baby.
Yeah, I want like the 11 a.m. business meeting guy. Be like, listen, I'm supposed to be talking to my boss about the numbers, but I just really want to talk to you. I'm really gonna get home. Yes. Can you imagine like this for 24 hours
in a minute?
Dude, getting freaky knows no time zone.
Perfect.
And why is there only white broads? Is it because only white people are using this? You couldn't even like throw in a little bit of ethnic. Like you would even think like you know, people had the money. Like you throw in a Latina, you throw in a black girl, throw in an Asian girl.
Dude, that's what I'm fucking saying. Very whitewashed these commercials. Like
oh, 1-900-288-2888.
I love that they have like these big old school like phones too. Like it's just again a different era, kind of lost in time, the adult phone lines. But all of that together is really what gives us the kind of amazing allure of the
late night buys. New category, love it.
Late night buys, baby. So that wraps it up for advertising. Category 1. Wow, what a wild trip down memory lane. Again, you see shit you ain't seen in years. Brings back some rather bizarre memories, but you know, that's where we were at that time. Before we go to our our second break, and take a little TO here, we're gonna do a Seggy. We like to do Seggies. We have a brand new Seggy we're going to premiere today on 97. We call this the Tin Hat Special or Tin Hat Special. Lose the exactly as it sounds. We're not going to go full QAnon on your ass, but we're going to talk about some of that conspiracy theory shit that your crazy smoky aunt talked about back then in 97. Because just like today, there's always a group of people that think there was something amiss. It was the government. It was fucking aliens. It was centaur men. There's always some amazing thing that is behind most kind of big events in every year, in most opinions.
This is like looking into a crystal ball in my future. I mean, sitting in a bunker, wear flannel, chemical toilet. Like this is like, I don't think that I'm this far. I'm not that far away.
There we go. Looking into the future mirror here. We've talked about this already in 1997, but conspiracy loomed around the death of Princess Diana. There's plenty of talk around it at the time. Of her death on August 31st, 1997, sparked numerous conspiracy theories. Some persist today, some have been squashed. Let's talk about a couple of them that came up. This is, of course, we dug down the rabbit hole in some of the conspiracy talk. There was the idea that maybe maybe MI6 was involved. Maybe British intelligence had her killed. Question mark.
Little James Bond action, taking down the former princess.
You know, I think the whole marrying Fayed wasn't. I think the look that most of the British government liked. Obviously, the whole idea of her potentially fucking converting to Islam. Yikes! You know, not a very good look at that time. Thinking it would embarrass the British monarchy. So did they intervene? I mean, were there some fucking brake tampering? Blah, blah, blah. You don't know, man. There's lots of power. There's lots of power behind the scenes. How that is used and leveraged, we may never know.
Well, the idea wasn't one of the the driver's dead, she died, Dodie died. Was it like a bodyguard is the only survivor, I think, in the crash? And I think he puts part of the blame on, most of the blame on the driver, but also obviously the paparazzi, taking off after him. But do tell here, AI producer, what juicy conspiracy tin hat mentions are there here about the unfortunate death of Princess Diana?
I mean, again, these are all just coming from probably crazy theories that are not merited. One of the things was there's apparently a speculation of a flash of light. Witnesses reported a bright flash just before the crash, leading to speculation that a strobe light was used to blind the driver, Henry Paul. That's a weird one. That's weird. That's a weird way. I mean, the guy literally crashed by a fucking flashbulb. I'm not sure. It kind of doesn't fucking track for me. Another thing was the driver's alleged intoxication. Questions arose about whether Henry Paul, the driver, was really intoxicated as it was reported, or if his blood samples were tampered with. Okay, that's some fucking nefarious shit. Another thing, absence of seatbelts. It says some theorists argue that the car's seatbelts were sabotaged, preventing Diana from being safely secured during the crash.
I mean, who knows what the hell, unless we see actual footage of them inside the car. It's very possible that they weren't wearing seatbelts, but tampered with, that's a whole different tampered. That is way
out of the vehicle. Like, they're like, oh, let me put my seatbelt on. And
that seems like you would definitely need to.
Wow. Yeah.
You would need to know that you were going to orchestrate also some sort of high speed chase that ended in a crash to then at that point in time, it deems like kind of logical that if you fucked with the seatbelts, all it would take for one person to be like, oh man, these seatbelts don't work. We should probably get this looked into. You know what I mean? Like just if you don't do the thing that needs to happen before the thing that needs to happen, all it takes is for that one little piece of the puzzle to come unraveling, and then this crash doesn't, or the violence because of the crash doesn't happen because they knew that seatbelts were dicked.
Yeah, that seems too I don't know. I feel like in all of the post crash analysis or whatever, them looking at everything, they would have found that, or there'd have been literal picture evidence of these fucking seatbelts weren't there. So that's a weird one. There were pregnancy rumors. They were rumors going around that Diana was pregnant when she died. Again, suggesting, that's not what the British monarchy wanted. They did not. That was a no-go. Bad. You're gonna leave your boy and then just go and get knocked up, with the next man that you're with. It's kind of shameful to them. Did it push them over the edge? Were they just wiping her out and her unborn child? That's some dark shit.
Man, and this dude also, this dude was like a billionaire too. So it's also you would think that any kind of means that he could take to not, to have a fucking car that had, working seatbelts to, if his wife was pregnant, whatever, they wouldn't be out partying or staying, whatever. But also all it does take, even if you are a billionaire, all it takes is some dude driving the car to lose control of the car, whether or not it's from a strobe light or he's bombed or whatever. You could try and plan for everything. And if you're the person or whatever, even if you are or not the person driving the car, all it takes is you being in a car and someone going really fast and going like this into a wall. Done. You're done.
Yeah, you're done. And at that speed, unfortunately, that's what you got. Absolutely. Look at that thing. That car is destroyed. And an aggressive chase from the paparazzi that spawned the whole thing. But yeah, just I mean, sure. I don't know. I mean, if one or any of those things is substantiated, I don't feel like anything really has been. It can be just some more tin hat theory of the death of beloved Princess Diana.
Yeah, wasn't it like in a tunnel too? Like, wasn't it like
Wasn't
a
a tunnel,
a
yeah.
tunnel? So yeah, what they
Yeah.
smashed into was like it wasn't like a guardrail. It was like the cement pylon
Bad.
of
Yeah.
like it wasn't like it was something that had give. It
Ugh.
was something meant to hold up
Look
like
at that
the
shit.
earth. Yeah, I mean that thing
A
is
fucking engine block is
Yeah.
basically in the back seat of that car.
and it's either like a Mercedes.
Woo!
That's some high end. Like it's not like it was a built like a a Ford Pinto. That's like a high end luxury vehicle. So whatever had to do the damage to that, he had to been
Eviscerated.
hauling.
Yeah, crazy. So that's obviously our conspiracy theory number one. Conspiracy theory number two is the Heaven's Gate mass suicide by this fucking Looney Tune here, Applestone or whatever, Applegate, whatever the fuck his name was. 97, obviously, numerous conspiracies came out of this mass murder. The top on the list was the government did it. Government involvement. Some believe the government had a role in the deaths, either to cover up alien contact. Hey, they were right. And there was a fucking alien craft coming behind Hale-Bopp. They figured it out, guys. Holy shit. We need to kill these like 30 fucking people and make them all seem crazy. That seems crazy unto itself, but I don't know. I mean, possibly realistic.
I am 100% until I get some evidence otherwise. I am 100%. This dude was a Looney Tune, and the people that part of the cult also Looney Tunes. This is just 100% crazy. Like this is coming from someone who believes in Bigfoot. Okay, so I'm no stranger to like letting like my mind be open to possibility. This dude is just nuts. But come on, AI producer, what are the other theories that are put forth saying that this is a conspiracy?
Another a point of conspiracy was that the cult's belief in a spacecraft trailing the Hale-Bopp comet led to theories that their deaths were orchestrated to prevent them from revealing the alien secret. So that means Creepy Man here was in on it the whole time. They knew too much. They can't come with us. He's the only guy that got the fucking free pass to the fucking spaceship, and he killed everybody else. What a dick move, bro. The next was mind control. Okay, we could toss that out there. Some suggest the group members were subjected to advanced mind control techniques, either by the cult leaders or external forces. Wink, wink, the fucking aliens. Yeah. Come on, dude. They were all in on it together.
Yeah, if aliens were able to do this mind control, or whoever did the mind control on these important people, you would think they would pick like more important people than these like 20 or 30. You would think they would go after heads of state, even like movie stars, people who affect change or sway public opinion. Here's just some Looney Tune guy looking like a
fucking nutbag.
Yeah, looking like the creepy camp counselor that you don't want to go talk to. Like, this dude is a fucking Looney Tune. Anyone else who's following him, Looney Tune.
The last part of a potential conspiracy theory was that there are theories about surviving members who allegedly have knowledge about the true nature of the cult's activities and the circumstances of their deaths. So there's this idea that not everyone was accounted for there, that maybe people like survived or left. I don't fucking think so. I mean, these people poisoned themselves. They all died because they drank fucking poison. But the idea that there is more to be known about Heaven's Gate, and I'm sure there'll be some bullshit like reality TV fucking show about it soon, a bunch of fake testimonies or some shit. But
if there is any like small semblance of a chance that there is this type of this type of knowledge of something that you don't want to like get out in the open, like, you mean to tell me that any like importance information that on that level, like, you couldn't turn that into like Powerball numbers or something more than just like like 30 people dying, like listen, it's so important that these 30 people that killed themselves, you don't know what they knew. It's like, well, you don't know what you're just talking out your ass. I mean,
and they cut their dicks off too.
Yeah,
like,
and they cut
even more insult to injury. Like, granted, like the cut, like it'd have been one thing if like all of a sudden the bottom dropped out and these people were like, "Damn it, I cut my dick off over this," But it's like you cut your dick off and you died, so it's like just double fool you. And
Were they all wearing like sweatsuits and like Air Force Ones or something too?
Yeah, yeah, because we again shout out to our Patreon.
Oh yeah,
We do talk about Marshall Applewhite in our special Patreon segment about 97. And yeah, I mean, they were all like rocking the same pair of Nikes. They all dressed the same and like put like cloths over themselves and poisoned themselves. They all just drank fucking the Kool-Aid, literally.
Yeah, Kool-Aid with the phenobarbital washed down with like vodka or something.
It's a potent mix. Dude. That's death cider right there. This fucking lunatic. But yeah, those are fairly far-fetched. I'm not really buying into those conspiracy theories. Rounding off the conspiracy theories for 97. This one is a pretty wild one. The Phoenix
Lights.
The Phoenix Lights, a series of widely cited UFOs over Phoenix, Arizona in March of 1997, led to numerous theories about, shocker, extraterrestrial visitation and government secrecy. Got to throw that in there. I've seen plenty of videos of this. I've seen lots of weird shit on it. It's a weird thing. It's a strange phenomenon. It's always weird when a lot of people see it. And this was an instance like that in 97, where you'll always see a couple of videos, home videos, whatever you want to call it, of this event. And I mean, it's fucking weird, man. It's weird. There's a lot of weird theories behind it.
So I have definitely also seen a bunch of videos on this. I know that some of it range from like paratrooping training exercise, flares from military aircraft. I can't remember if it was. I can't remember if like. I know there was something else that escapes my mind, but what's jumping to the forefront is apparently I can't remember what talk show he was on, but the first person who called in seeing the Phoenix Lights was Kurt Russell. He was a private, like he has a pilot's license, and he's driving over Arizona, and he calls into whatever base, and so it's like apparently he like the FAA reporting the first one is Kurt Russell, which that's pretty fucking small world shit. Like what is this, 80 something? What year is this? This is 97. 97.
97.
Yeah, 97. So I mean, it's still it's
wild little factoid that in our research, AI producer and I did see that video, and I didn't know that. I didn't know it was fucking Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell, his son, who were again just flying into that whatever small airport there, and he's the guy. And you're right, it was on some interview, and he talks about it. I want to say it's on the playlist. You can check that out. But that's a weird turn of events. That some fucking mad famous dude is the guy that like called it in and was like, "Hey, yeah, this is weird."
I'm trying to get home to Goldie and Banger, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to because I got these alien lights in front of me.
So surrounding obviously the Phoenix Lights, some of the stipulations, or I guess some of the the kind of ideas of what this could have been. Obviously, right off the bat, alien visitation. Many believe the lights were extraterrestrial spacecraft visiting Earth. Another, right off the bat, military cover-up. Some theorists claim the lights were a secret military aircraft or experimental technology. That's what the government tried to conceal. I honestly think, in my opinion, of a lot of this that's been going on for years, I think this is what this is. I mean, personally, I think that the military is out doing wild shit. They're flying around in new tech or whatever, and we catch it. And it's always just like, oh, that's wild. And I think that it's the classic kind of bait and switch, and it's simple that it's aliens, but it's probably some super secret, super expensive military tech that they're out fucking around with. That's probably what it is.
It's one of two things. It's either aliens or it is the government saying, yeah, we don't know what that is, when it's really the government doing exactly like what is it? The F-17, the Nighthawk or whatever, obviously not as big as this, like this kind of
shape.
But yeah, I mean, it was that triangle shape of the F-117. Like for there was reports of the extremely fast moving triangle shaped thing, and it turned out to be like they copped to it later. But I don't think they ever copped to this. But still, why not also just keep up the ruse if you're the United States military? Just let people think that this thing that looks like aliens, that even though if you're the ones responsible for it, don't even say anything. Be like, yeah, that's crazy. That's weird. We don't know what that is either. That's weird.
Yeah, keep the allure going and the mythology of it. That's fine. But I agree. I do think it's a little column A or a little column B. It's military or aliens. It'd be awesome if it was aliens. I'm about that reality. I think it's cool as long as they're not like, ID4 aliens and they're going to blow up the Empire State Building. If you come in peace and you just want to jet around Earth and kind of keep the mystique going, more power to you. And maybe that is what happened in 97 at the Phoenix Lights. But that's it. That's our 3 conspiracy theories. New segment.
Right, so tin hat
special. So that takes us to a commercial break. Let's go to a great sponsor here at Anachronology. We'll come back. We'll hit another category. We'll keep going in the year 1997. We'll see you soon. Bye.